listening to Thoughtless Casual Gaming with Brett and Jas. We are a Geelong-based gaming podcast where we play games badly and then talk shit about them. And I believe, Jas, you have an episode for me.
Well, I had an episode for me. Well, I had an exercise for me that I thought would be fun, and it kind of has snowballed. But
that doesn't sound like one of your ideas at all.
Look, I am nothing if not consistent. So the way this played out is I was having a sneaky ponder to myself around. There's a lot of talk about the best Blood Bowl teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's GW have released competitive tierings, and there's all this kind of stuff around, which team performs the best under a set of circumstances, and that's unimportant, frankly. You know what is a much more fun conversation is which Blood Bowl teams are the most fun.
Yep. Because this game is all about fun.
Absolutely. And I suppose caveat in that is I looked at this specifically in the Blood Bowl 7s realm, right?
Yep.
So working on it, that is the game that we 99% play most of the time. And often my thought here is new player comes trundling along all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and says, hey, Mr. Friend, I would love to learn how to play this game, but I don't know which team to pick.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
we've heard that before.
And I really would like to be able to say, well, here's what they do, but actually, here's the ones that there are definitely ones I think are more beginner-friendly.
Yes.
But barring that, here are ones that you're really going to have a good time playing.
Sounds good.
That's my sense. So what I've done is two things. Now, you haven't done these, so this is all new.
This is all my prep. Have a look at this piece of paper.
It is so very blank.
It is.
All right. What I've done is I've listed all of the Blood Bowl teams. There are 30. That's pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Very similar to the way that Games Workshop have done a tier system. So they have a tier 1, 2, and 3 for the most competitive. I have then ranked each one of those teams into a tier 1, 2, or 3 fun tiering system.
Okay. Yep. That makes sense.
Then gone a step further and proceeded to rank all of the 30 teams from most fun to least fun.
Okay.
So the way that I was thinking we could play this today is that I will say a team and you will choose to start with tier 1, 2, or 3, 1 being the most fun, 2 being a moderate amount of fun, and 3 being a lower amount of fun.
Okay.
And then
makes sense.
We can get deeper down the rabbit hole depending on all the time that you have left. And then I'll tell you how wrong you were at the end.
At the end?
Wow.
Surely you can't hold yourself back that far.
I'm going to really, really try. Let's try and keep it as impartial as possible for the very start. And then we can fight over our eventual ranking, our findings at the end. So, as I said, completely off the cuff. 1 is the most fun, 2 is medium fun, 3 is less fun. And let's just, an alphabetical, nice and easy.
All right.
Amazons.
So I have not played the current version of Amazons. So there's going to be a few of these that I haven't played. I reckon they're probably, I'd go tier 2.
Excellent.
I think they're a solid team. I think they've got their definite pros. But at the same time, I think they're a bit samey.
There is absolutely a point in this episode we have to come back and talk about what we find fun in a Blood Bowl game, because that I think will be fun before we argue. But number 2 is Black Orcs.
I think, I don't know, for me, Black Orcs are kind of, I know they're not a great team, but I think they're tier 1, I think, for me. They've got a bit of everything. I know you're probably going to disagree on that one.
No, I love this.
But I think Black Orcs have a bit of everything. And they come in a box and they're nice and easy for people to start off with. I think on a fun scale, they're definitely a decent team. They need a little bit more work and a little bit more knowledge than other teams for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get that out of the way, I think they can be a lot of fun.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos Chosen.
Chaos Chosen. I love chaos.
Just as a concept.
Just as a concept. I'm going to put these in tier 3.
Chaos Dwarf.
Chaos Dwarf. Again, new version I haven't played. I think
it's the same.
Yeah, I think it's probably tier 3 for me as far as fun.
And while we're on the Chaos bandwagon, Renegade.
In 7s,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at potentially, at least starting off, you can get to 3 big guys. Whatever way you look at that, that's fun though. Tier 1.
I dig that completely. Dark Elf.
Dark Elf. I need to play Dark Elves.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put them in tier 2 because I think they're a really solid team.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've got a lot of variety for an elf team that I think could be fun. Yeah, tier 2.
All right. And then Dwarf.
Tier 3.
Not even a thought about it. I love it.
We all know what dwarves are.
Alrighty. Out of the D's into the E's, Elven Union.
Elven Union. Now, Elven Union remind me because I'm not a big elf player.
Okay, they are the weird elves with the nerves of steel catches, and like they are the elves that don't have the normal skills that aren't wood elves or dark elves.
So, catchers have nerves of steel. They've got blitzers.
They do have blitzers.
Yep. With block?
I think they come with block, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thrower? What does the thrower come
And a throw. You're making me think. What the actual shit? Hang on. Let's just do this and actually get the list up, and it would be a shit ton easier to talk all about these things. So, Elven Union, which are an E. Look at that. So, the blitzer comes block sidestep.
Mm-hmm.
The catcher comes catch nerds of steel.
Yep.
And the thrower shows up with a 2+ pass and pass.
I think we go tier 2. I think those are all solid skills.
Mm.
And I think you can play them passing or you can play them as running around.
Everyone that is not a blitzer is an armor 8.
I mean, that's still fun. It's still fun to watch your team get demolished. So, tier 2.
Alrighty. Gnomes.
7s.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put them in tier 2, but
this is your list. You do you.
Yeah, I think with 7s they're probably tier 3. I think you really want to have a bit of fun with all of the positions, and you need the 2 trees. So I'm going to go tier 3 for 7s.
Goblins.
Tier 1. They are fun in all of the ways. They don't win, but they are fun.
They kind of can. Pointing to a recent... Anyway.
If you know what you're doing. But
no.
If you're me, they don't win.
Halflings.
Halflings.
I can feel the pain.
I know. I'm going to go tier 3 because I like halflings.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's with those sort of... You need a numbers game. You need lots of little guys running around. I think reducing it to 7s, especially if you have 2 trees, then you've got 2 of the other ones, and I think tier 3. I have played them in a league, and I did enjoy them, but I think they're still tier 3.
High elves.
All right, high elves are
The vanilla ones. So you have a blitzer that shows up with block. You have a catcher that shows up with catch. You have the thrower is the cannoneer.
Mm-hmm. But no pass.
Actually, maybe it's pass and cloudburster. Sorry, let me triple check that. Cloudburster, pass, safe pass.
Mm-hmm.
So the most reliable thrower in the goddamn game, but then just catch block. The caveat here is everybody except the catcher is armor 9.
Yeah. Tier 2.
12 points. Humans.
I think humans get a bit of everything. So I'm going to go tier 1 on these guys. They're a solid team. They're a really good starter team for somebody learning off because you get a bit of everything and you're not too disadvantaged in any way.
I respect all of those thoughts. Imperial nobility.
Tier 2.
Oh, so much thought. I can feel it. Corn.
Tier 1. They're harder, but they're a lot of fun. If you don't care if you win or not.
I mean, no, well, that's why they have the different tierings about how good stuff is.
Yes.
Lizardmen.
Tier 1. They're solid. They're a bit of everything. You got your hard ass blockers. You've got your speedy guys that can score touchdowns from one end of the pitch to the other.
All of those things are accurate. Yeah. Necromantic horror.
I want to say tier 1 on them.
You want to, but are you?
Yeah, I am.
Norse.
Norse, tier 2. They're fun. They explode well.
Kaboom.
Yeah.
Both ways. They do exploding and they self-combust. Yes. Nurgle.
Nurgle is tier 2 for me.
Oh, that felt pained.
Yeah, it kind of was. Like, I love Nurgle in any way, shape, and form. And I really love the Nurgle team. It's a harder one to play well. But I think just in general, it's a lot of fun to look at. It's a lot of fun to play. If you want to play it well, you need a lot of practice.
Ogres.
For me, Moose is going to hate me.
Yeah.
Tier 3.
Down they go.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the ogres.
Old World Alliance.
So Old World gets Troll Slayer, it gets Ogre, it gets...
You have options here, because you can take the human team, basically.
Yep.
And then a dwarf blocker, dwarf runner, dwarf blitzer, troll slayer, halfling. And you can take a treeman instead of an ogre.
Can you really? I shouldn't sound surprised at that, but...
Which is cheaper.
Again, kind of makes sense. Tier 3 for me. It's just, not something I'd play over the other options.
Orcs.
Tier 1. Orcs are fun.
Shambling Undead.
Shambling Undead. I want to put them higher, but I think they're tier 3.
Skaven.
Tier 1.
Slan.
Slan, I have not played. I think for me, it would be a tier 3. Not to say that I'm not going to play them, but I think they're a bit squishy, aren't they?
Armor 9 lineman.
Okay, that's not too bad. It's the very long legs and the jumping and the lack
all
of
the
re-rolls, which would be... I want to play them. I've got a team that I have not quite put together. And when I say quite, they're still in the box from when I bought them at Big V. Not last year, the year before. because I want to do some resin stuff with them.
Mm.
And I haven't had the guts to try.
I respect that. Snotlings.
Snotlings. I'm going to go tier 2. They're squishy, but they're fun squishy.
All of those things. Tomb Kings.
Tier 3.
Underworld Denizens.
I'm going to go tier 3 because, again, it's goblins, Skaven.
Yep.
Right? I'd pick either of those two as more fun to play than a mishmash. I'd go all in for goblins, all in for Skaven.
I respect all of those things. Vampires.
Vampires tier 2. They are fun. They're solid, but they take a bit of getting used to.
And last but not least, maybe, Wood Elves.
Wood Elves. I'm going to go tier 2 simply because I like Wood Elves. And they are the elves that I have played. But with 7s, they're expensive. And you're sort of stuck doing... What did I start off with? I think might have even started off with 2 war dancers and 5 linemen when I started, because I think that was about all I could do. I might have gone catch. I definitely was at least one position down.
All right. So now we've got tier rankings. I reckon let's stop for a second now. There's probably a piece here around what we find a fun team or why you would rank something more fun than the other. I have thoughts about what makes a team fun for me, but I'm curious.
I like rolling dice. I am not... I don't feel bad when my dice don't work, but I still like rolling them. So I also find it funny when my team explodes on itself, which is why I had so much fun with Khorne. You know, the season that I did play Khorne in 7s was not a good season for me, but I did a lot of blocks, and I saw a lot of both downs against teams that had block, and I did not. So I think with my Khorne team, I think I injured myself as much as my opponents, if not more so. So rolling dice is fun. Also, like, when you start off playing Blood Bowl, you start off with, okay, this is, you know, what each stat means, and you get a rough idea of a couple of the solid skills. So block, pass, catch, those sort of ones. Some of the other teams that have a bit more work are the ones that you need to know what those skills are. You need to remember them. You know, Nurgle, for example, you need to remember that your opponent needs to roll Disturbing Presence. Like, that's on you, that's not on your opponent. You need to know Foul Appearance. You need to know that, you know,
Disturbing Presence
effects, all that sort of stuff, which will take getting used to, which is not to say it's not fun to play them. It's just that it'll take you longer to get the hang of the team. Whereas some of these ones, like Khorne, like humans, like Skaven, you can stick them down on the field for the first time and have a blast. With something like Nurgle or Imperial Nobility, you can stick them down on the field, get smashed, and go, okay, why did that happen? And take a little while to get used to what exactly the team is supposed to do. But I also like big guys as well.
I don't necessarily hate the nut out what a team does thing. I think, you know, part of part of what I enjoy about Blood Bowl in general is a problem-solving piece.
Hmm.
So the team gives you your available options, and then you put yourself in a situation where you need to solve a problem, and different teams give you more options than others. And I think
Yes.
that is one of the things I enjoy about some teams over others, in that they give you more or they give you different options
Hmm.
to a vanilla team. Cough,
Such as,
humans.
Chaos Chosen for me.
Mm.
Like, you've got your beastmen and
Mhm.
your blockers and potentially a minotaur.
Yeah.
And that's it. You've got three options, really.
Mm. I think the only thing with Chaos Chosen is that at any stage, anyone could become the Blitzer. So there's this point of, whereas normally you have to be really picky about who you do the blitz with, and it could be anybody. It's
Yep.
kind of a surprise, Hey,
Hmm.
today this guy's the guy that's going to murder you, which I enjoy. But I think some of those teams, and that's kind of why, that point around, you sit down, something didn't work, and you
Hmm.
sit down afterwards, you go, why didn't it work, and how else could I get out of that, and all that kind of the crunchy brain problem solving stuff I really enjoy,
Hmm.
which is why I think I rank. I also really like high risk, high reward teams.
Yep.
So I really think, I like a stretch play. I like being able to run half the field and do stupid shit
Hmm.
with the risk involved. I think that there's a certain amount of joy to those ass clenching moments when a really important player is getting blocked.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, is he gonna live? So I think that's kind of fun. I also think at some point losing every game is not fun.
Yes.
So
Agreed.
at some point, just hard work. And I think reliability is a hugely well prized thing.
Hmm.
Like, if I can throw a block, or if I can pick up a ball, or I can do a thing reliably, but sometimes that just makes a team boring.
Hmm.
They do one thing really, really, really good. Eh, where's the fun in that? Where are the options? Where's the problem solving? I kind of lose at that point in time. So I think there's a few bits and pieces that I like. I tend to prefer dash over bash teams generally.
Hmm.
That being said, that doesn't always play out. I really enjoy high risk. So again, being able to roll dice, knowing that it might not work, but it could work spectacularly, um, is glorious as well. Um,
I think part of that is the fact that I've been playing this game for 35 years on and off.
mhm,
And when I was a kid, I just wanted to hit things.
mhm.
So that's, the chaos love came in there. So a lot of the ones which I do enjoy are ones that hit.
Mhm. Look, there's absolutely a nostalgia piece in there too. There are some teams you just like. I always really liked them.
Hmm.
Um, and then I think you overlay sevens on it. You go, I have to limit my positionals, which
Yes.
limits. And some teams fundamentally work better or more interesting to play when you put all of the different flavors on the pitch.
Yep.
So that is kind of the thinking. But what we have now, excitingly, is tier rankings.
Hmm.
And I think what gets super fun here is when we get to say higher or lower. So
Okay.
your tier ones.
Hmm.
First one's Black Orcs and Chaos Renegades.
Hmm.
Which one is on top of the other? Which one is more fun?
Chaos Renegades.
Chaos Renegades, Black Orcs. All right. Black Orcs or Goblins?
Goblins.
Goblins or Renegades?
Renegades.
Alrighty. Black Orcs or humans?
Black Orcs for me.
No, this is excellent. Humans or Corn?
Corn. Corn probably above
So
all
then
of them.
Corn.
Corn's probably right up the top.
Alrighty. Let's do a quick rejig of this. Alrighty, so now we are at. That's right.
Take Corn and put the Lizardman above that.
Oh, way to make it hard. All right. So you go to 1. All right. So a couple more. Lizardmen, necromantic horror.
So necro, I would put probably above goblins.
Above goblins.
Yep.
Below chaos renegades.
Yep.
And then orcs.
Below chaos renegades.
Below chaos renegades. Alrighty. And then above goblins.
Yep.
And then last one for this tier is Skaven.
Skaven. I've deliberately not played Skaven for so long. I really want to. I'm gonna put them above lizards.
Above lizards, so they now become your number 1.
Yeah, I think Skaven have always held a soft spot. Yeah, I do have a Skaven tattoo, so I don't think I can go any lower than 1.
All right, hang on. Skaven. So let's see if I've got this right. Skaven.
Mm-hmm.
Lizardmen.
Yep.
Khorne.
Yep.
Then I start to get confused.
Renegades,
Renegades.
I believe.
Orcs are in there.
Mm-hmm. I've totally forgotten what I did now.
Goblins.
Yep.
Black orcs.
Yep.
And
Humans is last.
humans. And I think I've forgotten Khorne.
Khorne was below lizards.
Yes, so they were 3. You are now 4. All right. Which means now everybody has to get bumped down. Alrighty. So that gives you your tier 1 listing. And I think what we do now is just compare tier 1.
Yep.
So let me do this. No, come back. So your tier 1 versus my tier 1. I have. It's really fun watching somebody sort data on a spreadsheet. Sort tier. We're going to sort it by my tier, which is more important. So, my tier 1, top of the list, Slan.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1. You're down in tier 3. Not even happening.
There's a difference.
Yeah. 2, I had Khorne.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had necromantic horror.
Mm-hmm.
Norse.
Yep.
Lizardmen. Amazons.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I had less in my tier 1. I have a big tier 2. So a few ones that you didn't get hits. So Slan, obviously, Norse, Amazons, but I think the rest. And look, it was a real tough pick.
Yeah. I'm just going through and reorganizing my other tiers while we speak. But
This is great.
Look, it's. And again, it comes down to the player because, like, we ask this of anybody else, and their results are going to be much different to ours.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them might be very similar, but, like, for example, you ask Moose, he's going to put ogres right up the top there.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what he likes doing. He likes having the fun there. So
it's interesting, and I think we will get into this, but some of your tier 1s are probably at the top of my tier 2 and vice versa as well. So again, it's real, and I could be swayed on some of these too. Like, yep. I don't know. I think there's the top of the list is the top of the list. Like, I think if I said Slan, Khorne, Necro, Lizards, sure, they sit on top of the pile for me, for all very similar reasons. we're rolling dice and doing weird shit between the slan, jumping over stuff, the corn. You're having to look through the matrix of trying to work out what the second block is going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Realizing in advance that the first one's probably going to fail because you don't have any defensive skills. Necromantic horror, just because, I mean, werewolves are the most fun thing in the game.
I love werewolves.
Movement infinity, frenzy, but armor, strength 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's such a risky frenzy on a strength 3 piece. Always feels risky, especially when they don't show up with any fighting skills. But also they move the ball just as well as they hit. So you've got all of these options you can do with them, and that's a bit I really enjoy. And the problem of nothing keeps up with them.
Yep.
So I think that's super fun. And then lizards, for all the reasons, I think A, high movement across the board. B, skinks are bullshit.
Yep.
C, the players have really dedicated roles, and sometimes that's lovely. I know what each player is going to do. So does my opponent, and there's the risk. But I'm not going to try and bash things with skinks until it's desperate times.
Yes.
So sometimes that's just nice. Anywho, interesting differences, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to tier 2. So, do I hear right that you've been doing some thinkings?
I have. I've written numbers. Whether those numbers carry forth and are the same numbers as 5 minutes from now is another question.
I mean, it's a point in time thing. It's not really scientific.
All right.
So, what are we looking for tier 2?
So, number 1, Nurgle.
Where did you go? There you are. Yep.
Number 2, vampires. Number 3, I've gone high elves because I was going to put wood elves up because I did have fun playing with them, but at the same time, it's really hard to afford a team. So I think the high elves will do that. Number 4, Norse. Number 5, dark elves. Number 6, snotlings. Number 7, wood elves. Number 8, elven union. Number 9, imperial nobility. And number 10, amazons. And part of I get that amazons are a solid team. And part of the aesthetic is not a big thing for me. So, I have yet to come across an amazons team that I want to use. Therefore, I have yet to come across an Amazon team I want to play, if that makes sense.
No, that absolutely makes sense.
I don't like the GW one. I'm sure there's something that's somewhere that could be a lot better and a lot more up my alley, but I haven't seen it. So,
yeah, it's tricky, and I find the GW one. I have a challenge with a lot of the things look the same. Like, they're so hard to tell apart.
Yep.
All right. Did that vaguely wrong, but that's all right. So let's do a quick compare the pair. Well, we're too many things. We're starting to mix all things up, right?
Yep.
So let's just do this. My tier 2 compared to that. So by my rankings, because again, more important. So the top of my tier 2 was Chaos Renegades.
Yep.
So they were in your 2-1. I think that all makes a whole lot of sense. I then had Goblins.
Yep.
And I put them right at the top. Stunty teams fundamentally fun for me. I think Goblins are probably the most fun in that they have the best balance between playing Blood Bowl and doing stupid ass shit.
Yep.
And stuff going equally brilliantly and pear-shaped. I think they're probably the one that is the most well-rounded, which isn't really surprising given they're also probably the most well-established. We get a little bit wild here. Imperial Nobility next. And I think of these guys, again, it's a little bit wacky because the skills are a little bit different to normal. They
Very.
still do all of the human things, really, except the amazing passing game.
Yep.
But a blitzer that's kind of a catcher, which is also a blitzer. And like, again, it's just this little toolbox piece I really enjoy. Dark Elves.
Yep.
And Dark Elves probably could have ended up higher, or any of the elves could have ended up higher, except that I really think elves are a tricky one because in my head, they just succeed all of the time.
See, this is going back to when you used agility for everything, and elves all had like a 2+. What is now a 2+ agility? So they caught and passed and picked up the ball and all that sort of stuff they did on 2+. So I think some of us definitely have that ingrained into our head that elves just do stuff.
But even the fact that they dodge on a 2+, they pick up the ball on a 2+, it's great. They're armor 9. So they're a little bit safer than some of the squishier elves, and they punch things really good. But what I think is when something is a 2+, it feels like it's certainly going to happen, which is a false sense of hope and not a thing I should believe at all. But I tend to play it like it's guaranteed to happen.
Yep.
And then I'm surprised when it doesn't every single time. So that's probably why they're lower down the list than they could be. But also the fact that I want to play the Dark Elf players. I want to put Witch Elves. I'd love to put an assassin on the field, and yet it hurts my soul every time I do because it's just a terrible life choice.
Yeah, but the models are so cool.
So pretty. And I'm just like, fuck, if you're a blitzer, you'd be amazing.
Can I, if you've got the sheets up, because I generally don't play Edge teams as much as I probably should. Do any of the elves start off with dodge? Because again, my brain says that they all have dodge.
Yeah.
But I know that's not the case.
Alrighty. So we go to Dark Elves. The Witch Elf starts with dodge.
Yep, no, that makes sense. I was positive none of the others had it.
Nothing in Union, nothing in High Elves, and then when we go to Wood Elves, the Catcher and the War Dancer.
Yep.
Both have it.
Yep, checks out.
So Dark Elves, they're up there. Orcs.
Yep.
Just as if you're going to play something vanilla, that is the fun vanilla.
Yeah, they are good fun.
Armor 10 is freaking amazing. Yes. The blitzers that just, and the animosity is that thing that kind of just occasionally janks you. They've got enough positions.
Makes me laugh.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. They never used to have it, but
I mean,
it's kind of funny when it doesn't work.
I would like it more if it was just everyone had animosity to everybody all the time, because that would be infinitely easier to remember. I actually think that I like the idea of the way that some people some orcs don't like other orcs, but actually it's just frustrating in game terms because I have to remember which ones don't like each one.
Yes. Can I go on a tangent here?
Go.
All right. So way back when we're talking second ed polystyrene boards, right? I am in my teens. I am living in England. I am enjoying Blood Bowl. And I asked my parents for the Star Players book that was just out. Okay. As a young teenage guy, I knew where the Christmas presents were hidden. So that book found its way into my room well before Christmas. Hidden, of course. But when my parents found out, they went through the book and the animosity and the racism in it, they were not fans of. I got a lot of heat for that. But I'm like, there's a chaos team. They don't like each other. They're bad people. Like, this makes sense in my head. It was not a bad thing. as it would be in real life. But this was my fantasy football game. I understood that some people don't like each other, and it made sense to me. But it did not make sense to my parents.
That is fascinating, and I have never considered it in a inappropriate sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't think of it, and you're like, orcs. The orcs are generally grumpy and fighting amongst each other all the time. Like you read any sort of orc book, and there's infighting going on. So it makes sense that they've got this animosity skill. But yeah,
Yeah, coming back for that old, like the Mordheim and the old Warhammer Fantasy days where you had to roll for animosity for play, like that made sense. They're like squabbling little dickheads. Equally, you get into, and I suppose I picked up High Elves as my very first Warhammer army, and wonderful human, great friend of the show, and old friend and player Pip picked up Dark Elves.
Yep.
And so I knew the backstory and the fluff and all of the things, and the fact that the Dark Elves were the bitter, twisted, kind of angry cousins. Hatred makes sense. This racial hatred based on the high fantasy world that we're living in.
Yes.
And the High Elves were a little bit, snooty and superior, but weren't going to lower themselves to hate. They were just, not, except the Shadow Warriors. So, this kind of thing, like, it made absolute sense. And the hatred was reserved for the evil guys.
Yes.
Generally. You take the dwarf and the grudge thing, which is great as a, but again, it makes sense. I had never considered that from a, possibly inappropriate, questionable kind of.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
That is. Other ones that didn't make it into your tier 2 list at all, but sit firmly in mine are Old World Alliance.
Yep.
If you want to play humans and you want to have more fun, throw in a Dwarf Slayer. But again, I think it's the same with Orcs and Old World, is that it's a little bit vanilla, but you get to add some flavor and you get some options. Like they've got enough, like you choose what your own adventure. There are absolutely better options than others. Shambling Undead, I don't hate because they feel like the vanilla Undead team.
Yep, I get that. And I like the models, and as a whole, generally, I like the fact that there's mummies. It's just,
they're the model I probably like least in that whole team.
GW model, yes, but I love the fact that there are mummies in this team.
I like there are mummies. It gives you that kind of old school horror movie vibe.
Yes,
but
exactly.
I think they're terrible players. But it's like they've got the traditional white model. They've got, just they do all of the things. Again, it feels like slightly more flavory humans.
Yeah. I get it. I would just, you pick Necro any day of the week over them.
Absolutely, and that's why they're in tier 1, because they have werewolves.
And ghouls and werewolves. And
I actually kind of dig the new Wraith option with the no hands. I think it's fun. So Old World, Shambling, Snotlings, I had. The next favourite of the stunty teams, if I'm honest. I think they're actually really good. And then I start to put in Skaven.
Yep.
They make it in then. Again, they're kind of a human team that runs really, really well.
But they're rats. They're rats.
Yeah.
They're rat men. It's so cool.
And
they have a big guy that likes hitting their own guys. This is great.
High Elves, same deal. They're elves. They do elfy things, but they're pretty vanilla. Then I'm probably going to get more moose points than you because I put ogres in now.
Yep, no, fair.
And look, it's not up the top of anyone's list, but they're just It's a different way of solving problems, and it's a completely unreliable, bonkers way of solving problems. You cannot be attached to a game result and be playing ogres.
No.
But you can be fucking irritating to your opponent with snotling sidestepping. You can do all of those things. I've also thrown in humans about now.
Yep.
Yeah. Elven Union,
Mm-hmm.
which is contentious because I actually think they're really fun. And it's a different set of skills that you wouldn't normally buy. Vampires.
Yep.
And then wood elves as the
Mm-hmm.
lowest of the elves, mainly because they are so expensive and you rely on water ants to do everything.
I love wood elves. I think they're awesome. It's just that cost that screws it.
Yeah, and especially in sevens, like you cannot buy the stuff you need.
No. You need a couple of games under your belt before you've got the team that you want.
Yeah.
And you need those couple of games to go your way and not lose some of the players you've already got.
And with that, we're into your tier 3s.
All right. So this is going to be weird because I went backwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, which ones do I not like the most?
Let's do it.
And then, but
so
I'll give you 1 to 11.
Okay.
But
yep. Which is ordered them 21 through 30 or 20 through 30, just FYI.
Yeah, well, okay. Tier 3. But I went backwards and then I got to a point and I'm like, wait, do it. I think I like that one. Yeah. So number 1, I had Chaos Chosen.
Yep.
Number 2, Shambling Undead.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Slan.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Gnomes. Number 5, I went Chaos Dwarves because I think there's some options there, and I think there's different ways you can play them, which I think would be fun to try out. 6, I went Underworlds. 7, I went Tomb Kings. 8, I went Ogres. Yes, I put Tomb Kings above Ogres. Why did I do that? Couldn't tell you now.
Feel free to change it before we lock this in, but you do.
No, that's fine. I'm not changing my pen strokes. Old World Alliance, Halflings. As much as I like Halflings, it's very much get used to losing, unless you're someone like Baz. And number 11, which one's left?
We know which one's left.
I find them repetitive.
Yep.
They are a solid team. They do a lot of things well, but I find playing dwarves repetitive, and I find playing against dwarves repetitive.
I respect that so much. Well, let's explain so much. So, my next in line, on top of my tier 3, is Chaos Chosen.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're fun. I just think they're a little bit because everybody does like one of two things. One of one thing for most of the players. There's a limited number of positions, and they don't come with any fun things to start with.
The blockers come with nothing.
Yeah,
nothing at all.
They're just slightly worse Saurus.
Feels like I've got nothing at all.
The Underworld Denizens I had next.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I love the idea. I love the idea of these mixed teams. I think they're great. I think they offer so many opportunities for modeling. Mm-hmm. If given the choice, I would just play Goblins or Skaven.
Yes.
But I mean, there's something to be said for it, surely. I don't know. I hurt my soul a little bit, and I put Gnomes next. And I think it's still wanting them to be good.
They're such a cool looking team.
Yeah. The fox is amazing.
The fox is awesome.
And I love it. I think, regardless of you take the illusionist or the beastmaster or what you do there, you're going to have some fun with them, but they're just fucking terrible, and at some point they wear you down. Mm-hmm. Then I've got Black Orcs.
Yep.
And It
Look,
feels low.
I understand it though.
It, I mean, I would always choose to play Lizardmen. That being said, I really think that there is a fun game to work out maximizing the use of grab.
Mm-hmm.
I think the challenge for me with Black Orcs is the fact that you only then have goblins to do everything else. And that just doesn't quite feel right. I need an in between a
Yep.
Black Orc and then I'm like, oh, I could just play orcs.
Yes.
But I kind of want a hobgoblin-y kind of just shit human that I could use to fill out a couple of positions, and I would think about it. Nurgle.
Yep.
I
I get it. I get it.
And a lot of this comes down to the fact that it's a control game, which is fine. I like the idea, but it involves remembering so much stuff. And a lot of the game revolves around not letting my opponent do things,
Mm-hmm.
which fundamentally I find, I don't know, it kind of gives me this, I feel like, am I doing something bad? Like, am I making it a worse game? Because they're like, I'm going to hit you. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm going to pass this thing. Oh, no, you're not. Yeah,
I mean, that's how you play them well. I tend to play Nurgle as a more varied chaos team
mm-hmm.
with the occasional, oh, you got to roll fail appearance here, or
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're throwing that. Oh, that's right, I've got disturbing presence. Yeah.
Look, I do like the fact you get a little bit more variety. I do like the fact that you've got such a cheap lineman option.
Yes.
And it means you can do some pretty interesting things with team builds.
Mm-hmm. Bloaters are amazing. The beast I love to pieces. It's not the best big guy, but I love it to pieces. The pestigors are really good apart from the models.
And see, I've got a third-party Nurgle team here anyway.
I've got 2 Nurgle teams made up and painted. I think I don't have that for any other team.
Oh, see, I've got that for Corn and Slan at least. And there's probably a couple more on the way. But I mean, I've got a Nurgle team. I've played. There's a lot to remember that I'm not going to remember. And again, it's that piece around. I like the variety in players. I like the fact you can swarm, but actually the movement is really the bit that's hard because they're this slow kind of ball of destruction team with a Pestigore that you can kind of dash out with occasionally. I then have Chaos Dwarves. And again, I've played Chaos Dwarves, well, the old ones, but the new ones are basically the same in sevens because who's taking the other ones, the new positions? They're just so reliable. They do exactly what you expect to do. So the hobgoblins do human things, basically. The Chaos Dwarves punch and don't die, ever. The Bull Centaurs are such an interesting piece because you want to do it's kind of like the werewolf. You want to do the hitting with them, strength 4. You want to do the blitzing with them, movement 6, and all of the things. And you kind of want to do the ball carrying things because they have up to movement 9. Ag 4+ means that's not all possible, and it really relies on what skills you give them. So I think that they are the interesting piece. And then you're like, well, I want to have fun, so I'm putting in a Minotaur. It's not a great choice, but I'm going to do it. They do what they do, but I just can't get excited about them. I then have Halflings as the kind of vanilla stunties. Like, a couple of trees, cool, but take root can spite my shiny metal ass. The positions are kind of meh. Catch or a hefty.
They kind of are, to be quite honest. It's you get 2 trees and
a bunch of dudes, and
a bunch of guys, and some of them might have a couple of other skills. There's absolute arguments to be made for taking 2 trees and just halfling lineman.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well take the catches. Like, you might as well because they're there. But absolutely, they don't really give you much more. And thinking on this, I think that there is fundamentally, so there is a couple of things with sevens. The limit on positionals, that absolutely does a thing. The line of scrimmage, which absolutely screws some teams over others.
Yep.
But I think with halflings, and this really speaks to the difference between 11s, halflings, and sevens, is the limit in inducements, or the
Yes.
reduced selection of inducements. Because halflings and a lot of these teams really rely on, in an 11s format, not maxing out your team value and taking a whole lot of interesting shit out of the inducement pool. And it's kind of not there in sevens.
Yeah, you want your star players, you want your chef. And yeah, sevens does not really give you an awful lot of that. Definitely doesn't give you star players, but I mean, a chef is still, what, 150k? It's a good chunk when you could take, 2 desperate measures or 3 desperate measures,
and
and a
there's a
keg.
very good chance it's doing 50% of what it would normally do, because there's a very good chance your opponent doesn't have re-rolls.
Yes,
So you might
you're
still
not
get
taking them
some,
away, but
you're not. There's not
exactly.
So I think the poor halflings get screwed on all 3 fronts then. Then I have Tomb Kings.
Yep.
Again,
Interesting.
no line of scrimmage.
Yep.
So all of the bashing in the world gets you nowhere. Very little movement. So it doesn't make up for the no line of scrimmage. And then absolutely no ability to play an edge dash ball handling game. So I think sevens takes away the thing that Tomb Kings are good at.
Yes.
And gives them nothing to make up for it. And then dwarves.
Tomb Kings is it's a team you want to play in 11s, where you've got in a tournament where you've got skill packages and stuff like that.
Oh, mate, let me line up 4 Tomb Guardians on line of scrimmage that all have no skills and guard and stuff, and I'm just going to murder the shit out of things. Like, that makes sense. In sevens, there's 6 squares between us, and none of my players move that far.
Yep. Give me half a half to get to you.
Yeah, and
if I'm receiving, then I might have picked up the ball by then.
I probably haven't. Because a 4+, even with the reroll, it's just hard. They don't do anything well in a sevens environment, and then dwarves because they snore.
Yes,
if they moved any further, if you could play any other kind of game with them, sure. It'd almost be fun to take 2 runners in a dwarf team and just see if you can play like a bit of a handoff dash running game. But again, they would need some skills because they are the only ones that don't have block or decent armor.
So remind me, because I pay no attention. Dwarves get troll slayers, they get blockers, they get runners.
So, your linemen, you're amazing. Movement 4, but block, tackle, thick skull. The runner is your movement 6 piece, which is sure hands. So a reliable edge 3, movement 6. Yep, cool. The blitzer, movement 5. Oh, it's so close, but block. The slayer does all the slayer things, and then the death roller we don't bother talking about here.
No. If I was to play dwarves, I would totally want to do a 2 runner and then somehow skill up a throw up. And try and make a throwing dwarf team.
The runner is the only one with access to passing.
How many runners do you get?
You can take 2. So you'd have a thrower and a catcher effectively.
Yeah, so you take 2 runners, you level them both up in passing. This is so stupid when any other team can do it better. You level them both up in passing and both up in catching, and then you have your passing play and then a blitzer and a troll slayer or something.
Well, nobody gets agility as a primary, so there's catching is a problem. But
I still if I was to play
No, I
Jaws,
think
that's the
you
way
could
I
do
would
it.
want to
No,
play.
I still think you could hold. So I think for your runner, you could get in block as soon as you can, or something to
Yep.
like the catcher one. And then we need to get catch or something on him. But that's a secondary, so we're saving skills for that one. I think I would probably get block on him to save him, and then just hold and save up to get catch. The other one, you're right, we could get pass or something on him pretty early. Already got sure hand, so I've got a good handoff option. And you could play a handoff game for a bunch of time then.
Yep.
So 2 runners, and then your option is then Blitzer, Troll Slayer.
Yep. That's the way. I mean, and then bearing in mind that the official 7 rules is random skills. So unless you're playing the way we're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes it more interesting because you could actually try and build the runners to be good, and not just rely on a single rando skill. The Slayer's fun. I don't know that I could take 2 when there's a Blitzer staring me down the face.
Yeah.
But I think I could go Blitzer, Slayer, 2 runners and give it a red hot go. Would that be more fun than Tomb Kings? I don't know.
Yeah.
It gives you options. They were probably closer than I expected. There was some. I mean, there were some commons in all of those tiers. There were some wildly different ones, and I wasn't hugely surprised that you put Nurgle way up ahead of me. I was probably surprised you put Chaos Chosen as low as you did. But I think
it's just a lack of skills.
Oh yeah, no,
it's I love Chaos, but I will take Renegade's Corn Nurgle over Chosen any day of the week.
Renegades such a fun. Actually, I really like Renegades because, and I have never done well with them.
Oh, you don't do well, but you have fun.
So much fun. And the thing I've found playing Renegades is how good a Dark Elf lineman is and how good a Skaven lineman is. And it's just like, holy shit, they're just the default player for these teams. They're fucking amazing. They're a superstar in this team.
Absolutely solid Renegades team in 7s is 2 big guys. You'd go
Dark Elf Skaven.
No, I would go Minotaur.
Oh, you're taking the Rat Ogre and then you're putting an Orc next to him.
Then I'm putting York next to it.
Yeah.
And Dark Elf for sure. Dark Elf is your ball handler. You level him up a bit and he is amazing.
I struggle justifying the Orc. I get the armor. I get particularly, I think, you could, but it's definitely 2 big guys. And then the Dark Elf, and then third is choice.
Yeah.
As I said, the Skaven is a backup ball handler kind of thing. The Goblin for a starting player, just so you can afford more things, is not terrible.
No.
3 big guys is a bad idea, but
it's a fun idea.
It's a really fun idea. I think what would be good here is, I reckon, I'm torn because I want to put the lists, like your and my list, up with the show, but also I want people to have to listen and
then
comment. So look, I would love to hear what people think are the most and least fun teams, how much you disagreed with either of us, and then maybe after this is out for a little bit, I'll put the lists up completely and let people fight it out.
If you could put them up as an Excel spreadsheet somewhere, password protected, and then tell us the password now, there's an option. Also, I wanted to throw something at you. With discussing all of these, can you give me 3 teams that you perhaps haven't played in 7s or haven't played for a while that you want to?
Yes. I mean, short answer is really easy. So he says, going back to the list. So I've said this the last couple of episodes, and I think I stand by it. I would like to try Black Orcs because I feel like I need to give it a red hot go, both for the teaching new people who keep picking it up. But
Yep.
also, I think that grab opens up a world of opportunity
Mm-hmm.
that I really want to. I haven't played Dark Elves.
Yep.
Actually, I haven't played Elves.
Full
Period.
stop.
And Dark Elves, High Elves, Union,
Mm-hmm.
all are teams I would love to. I mean, I've played the occasional one-off game with a
Yep.
couple of them, but neither of, and I would quite happily play either one of those three. Probably not Wood Elves. Norse. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't played, and again, I would like. I've got about 3 or 4 teams that kicking around that
Yep.
I've got to get to at some stage. And again, they do everything well, but they also tend to combust and just
Yes.
explode,
Yes, they
which I
do.
think would be fun. They're probably the ones I would go. What about you?
See, I haven't played Norse in sevens, but I played them in an 11s league that
Mm-hmm.
we did recently. When I say recently, within the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And I had fun with them then. For me, it would be Necro.
Mm-hmm.
I want werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Elves.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is the thing, and I said it way back when we started this year, that I wanted to find myself a Dark Elf team that I liked the models of,
Mm-hmm.
because I love the concept of a Dark Elf team. I just haven't
Mm-hmm.
found the models that grab me yet.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't. But I would like to play them. So Necro, Dark Elf, Skaven.
Mm.
So Skaven, I think, are just a little bit rorty, so I'm hesitant to play them, but I also want to play them because they are my favorites.
So, Skaven, another interesting one because there are so many options to what your starting lineup looks like for Skaven.
Yep.
I'm just curious.
One of each.
Yeah, okay.
Because I love the thrower. I love the thrower. Plus, the old second Ed's thrower with his finger pointing and his hand back with the ball. He is my favorite Blood Bowl model of all time, I think. I think the Skaven thrower is, if not the best, probably equal best thrower in the game. Gutter runners are stupid. Look, I'd probably go one of each. The Blitz is the least likely I'd take.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see myself potentially going 2 gutter runners instead of the Blitzer. The Rat Ogre is just fun. So I'll take a. It's not reliable, but I'd take it every day.
Mm-hmm. I would be so tempted to take a Blitzer and 3 gutter runners and just be like, fuck it. Let's do the one thing that they do. And I think what that does, as well as being exceptionally rude, gives you options to skill the gutter runners.
Yes.
You can do a fighty gutter runner.
Wrestle gutter runner.
Yeah, the horns, yeah. He does some silly things, and you can play a little bit fast and loose with him.
Yep.
Which I think could be fun. There are so many. Again, it's a team at least gives you options.
Yes,
And
it definitely does.
The juicy bit. And the same deal with Dark Elves. Like, I would have to go. I think it's the 2 Blitzers, Runner, Witch Elf. I think that's the starting build as the default, because I really want the Witch.
I really want the. I'd want to go one of each. I know the Assassin's no good, but the Assassin models are so good. This is the thing. I can't find a Dark Elf team that I like, but I can find many Assassin models that I love.
I have at least 2 Dark Elf teams. At least. But yeah, I have challenges with. So I've got the Grebo one, which I really, really like. It's in metal. But my only challenge with that is the blitzes aren't as obvious as I would like.
Okay. Yep.
Like it's obvious, but just not as. Whereas the rest of them, it looks amazing. They're such a good-looking team, and I've got, I think it's the Agni ones, which is kind of the Raven themed, or the ones, which again are cool. I got halfway through painting them and didn't love it, and then abandoned ship. I need to go back and work out why I didn't love that paint scheme or what I'm going to do different.
Yep.
It's tricksy. Okay, if I was I think I would rather do the assassin than the runner, but I can't. I don't think I can afford that. I think the runner is the cheaper one, which is why you have to put him in your starting lineup,
Okay.
or you just don't.
What does the runner come with?
Dump off.
Dump off.
Yeah. So
More movement?
he shows up with movement 7, so he's on par with an assassin, or a blitzer, or a wood elf. The lineman's a 6, everyone else is 7.
Yep.
He's a better pass. He's a 3+ pass. He's the only 3+ pass you've got in the team, but who cares? Same armor as an assassin or a witch elf, armor 8, but he shows up with dump off and he gets access to passing on a primary.
Okay.
I could forgo him for an assassin and then use my assassin as a fun little
runner stabby guy.
Runner stabber.
Yeah, I don't mind that idea.
Because then you could do your second blitzer.
Yeah, 2 blitzers, assassin, witch elf.
It feels very dark elfy. I kind of like it. It's more fun. And with that, I reckon it is time for we almost need more things, so we have more of these.
Yes, we need more segments. What sort of segments would you like? Tell us in the comments, because
I just want excuses to do more of those. Yeah.
Yes.
The more we can represent some kind of citrus fruit, the better.
Okay.
And it's kind of like an orange. They have segments. Anyway, like an onion has layers.
It's ogre. Ogres have layers.
Ogres are like onions because onions have... Anyway. So this or that, really simply, and this kind of sticks on theme for a change, but we have been known to do the odd custom dice. Just occasionally, every once in a while.
Once in a blue moon, really. But
what I would love to know is, if given the choice, the custom logo on a dice, it could go on theoretically any side, but traditionally it would be the 1 or the 6. That is your choice. Would you put the custom logo on the 1 or the 6?
The 3.
That is not one of the choices. And
the
that's
6.
Why
it's the 6 every day of the week. And, I have numerous dice. I have lots and lots of dice. And I love dice, which is probably why I get us to make so many different ones and give them away every bloody tournament, because I love dice. I have a couple with the symbol on the 1, and they confuse me. I mean, even if they're... See, I'm positive that I have some dice with a skull on the 1, but I'm also positive I have dice with skulls on the 6.
Interesting. And a fun little story about a Blood Bowl. I think it was a Blood Bowl league that we were playing forever ago, and somebody was rolling their armor dice, and their armor dice were just going off tap. Like, they were penning every armor. They were breaking armor all over the place. And then about 2/3 of the way through, they had a look at their dice, and they were 2 dice that they'd got from a tournament, not one of ours. Let's just be really clear about that. In subsequent years, and the first one had the custom side on the 6, and the other one had the custom side on the 1. So all of those 7s that he'd actually been rolling looked like 12s.
Oh God! Oh no, that's horrible.
A little bit. And so I think practically having them consistent is important, and given that 6 is I think it's the more common option, it is what I would do. I actually kind of really enjoy the custom side on the 1 because it kind of gives me the finger rather than my opponent.
I think there's definitely an argument for having a bad thing. For example, I think there's a Kickstarter at the moment for D20s, which have fuck you on the 20 and fuck me on the 1. Things like that. So
I reckon I've seen block dice that have fuck you, fuck me, fuck us
yes.
both. Like, get the fuck over there. But so way back when Warhammer days, we had custom dice made up for the very informal gaming group that I was playing with that we called in a piss take of all of the gaming clubs there, because you'd rock up to a tournament, there were very serious people on their very serious shirts. And so we called ourselves the Wargaming A Team. And you throw that into an acronym and everything is good. And so we had these T-shirts with this massive twat logo. And so we got twat dice made. And just because it seemed more appropriate, we put it on the 1. And so I've got a whole bunch of these dice with the custom logo on the 1, and you would roll them and see all the twats come up, and you'd be like, fuck you. And it felt very appropriate. But when we start talking things like event dice, I want to be able to throw dice into a pool and grab whichever ones I grab kind of deal. I tend to do that. Like, I will show up with 20 dice to a game and just randomly pick out of the box. And if they were different, or the custom sides were different between them, that is a world of pain. So I think
just gets way too confusing too quickly.
Practically having it on the 6 makes a whole lot more sense. It's more, I don't know, it seems more intuitive. It seems more logical. I kind of enjoy it more on the 1, but it just is not worth it.
Incidentally, apparently we just shouldn't print dice with a 7 on the 6. Because that confuses people. I don't know how it confuses people, but we made, for 1/7s League, we made these custom dice, which were TCG 7s, and they had 7.
Well, they had 7s written on the custom side, because that was the league, right? It was the
exactly.
7s League, and it made sense. But the amount of confusion, people would roll a dice and be like, "I got 7." And then the brain would stop for a minute and it would reload. And
I've just rolled a 13. Wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
So I kind of enjoyed that, to be honest.
Yes.
That being said, because we did Thoughtless Bowl 6 recently, and we've just got a big 6 on the 6 side of these dice.
They're beautiful dice, aren't they?
They do warm the cockles of my heart, and they look very pretty.
Man, he did such a good job on those, and they look great.
They're glorious, and I do very much enjoy them. So they've definitely made it into the rotation.
Yeah. Incidentally, we need to come up with a logo for Why So Serious 4, which is on sale now. We don't have a player's pack or anything. It is the 1st of November. Tickets, you guys know the drill. $25. We're not going to increase prices or change prices. $25 gives us enough money to get a whole heap of cool stuff for you guys, and pay for the venue, etc., etc. So $25 to the usual account. So if you've come to a tournament, you know those details. If not, you want a ticket, just wait for the players pack.
It won't be far.
No. 1st of November, we are joined again with Beyond Blue, because last year was so much more successful than I'd dreamed it would be. And I want to do better. Better than we did last year. So we have a Beyond Blue page up already. We are taking donations. We have already had $50 donated from a wonderful human being. So thank you, Chad. But yes, so if you want to come to the stupidest, most fun 7s event you can dream of, and by God, these pictures that I've been sending you back and forth, Jace, I am getting very excited about that, that we have stuff planned. 1st of November, if you can't make it but you want to support us, please, consider donating on the donation page.
That's the thing. There's an event. It will come. It will be silly. Anyone who's been before will know. Anyone who hasn't been, just expect stupidity, and that's what you won't be disappointed.
7s with different rules every game. rules that we make up almost on the fly and have not play tested in any way, shape, or form.
That seems like it's unimportant. There are some fun options kicking around though. So be warned, it will be silly. So that is all the things I had to say.
That's pretty much it from me. We do have a giveaway up at the moment. We've been running it through June and July. The wonderful people at the Gaming Arena have helped us out in the past, and we are trying to throw some money their way. They're not making it easy on me, so they offered up a second prize. So, I'm giving them, the exact same amount of money that I thought I was going to give them, but
we're getting twice as much.
We're getting twice as much. So, two people will win that. So, details up on our Facebook page.
So, the wonderful humans, but questionably business astute.
Oh, I love them dearly. They were our absolute first sponsors, and always going to have that special spot in my heart.
Possibly even the sub.
Yeah, in the cockles.
Yeah.
That's it from me. Give us a follow, Facebook, Spotify, Podbean, Twitch. Give us a like and a review and help all of the algorithms that way. As always, thank you to our Patreons for helping us to run these giveaways and run events and afford things that I've been sending Jace pictures of. So thank you as always. I want to give a new shout out. I want to give a shout out to Alice and Clinton, who are our lifetime Patreons. They have given us way too much money, and so I've given them a title so they don't have to give us money anymore.
Yet they continue.
Yep.
Ridiculous humans.
But thank you very much to our Thoughtless level Patreons, including a brand new Thoughtless Patreon, Ant, who has upped his pledge. Jason's shaking his head in disgust. Ant, Archie, Craig, Gertzy, Jared, Kingsley, and Yuri. Thank you, guys.
Bonkers.
Until next time, laters.
Catcha. Quality content.